Welcome back to Taival Outdoors. My name is Joel. This is Rokka. It's 31st of December, so perhaps time to do recap of the year 2022. So let's quickly take a look at what happened this year on the channel, what my plans are for the next year, or at least the first couple of months, and what kind of videos and perhaps gear reviews are coming, and some other stuff regarding the channel. So a bit of a channel update, same thing we did a year ago, except that this time I'm not in a hot tent. It's actually raining outside. Snow plus rain equals very bad conditions. Everything is slippery and there's ice everywhere. Everything is wet, it's windy, terrible conditions. So I was planning on doing this outside, but maybe I will wait for another week before going out and have a bit of a hot tent overnight adventure, maybe then starting next year properly. So yeah, there's already a teaser for what to be expected on this channel coming next year. But first, this year I didn't make that many videos as I usually would do, being a pretty busy as a father of two these days. However, the videos that I have been making in the past year, 2 years, I've tried to put more knowledge into single video. For example, the video I did about my sleeping bags and sleeping gear in general, that's packed full of all the information that I have and just my experiences about sleeping bags. And now we started doing live streams as well. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to keep up that monthly pace due to many reasons, but you know, excuses are excuses. But regardless, in one of those live streams, I talk about all the kind of food preparation for outdoor trips and long trips and whatnot. So I try to pack a lot of information into those single videos. And talking about informative video series, started the cold weather clothing and layering video series almost a year ago, so last winter. Only 3 or 4 episodes in, and I plan to continue that series now during this winter as well. We will cover at least gloves, so layering gloves is not something that often people talk about. Definitely footwear, and in fact on that topic I recently purchased some proper insoles. Look at that. Good felt insoles. That's probably 1.5 centimeters thick. Made in Canada. Thank you, my Canadian brothers and sisters. By Acton. I bought actually 3 pairs of the largest size and then cut first pair in the size into these Meindl Selden boots, which actually, despite being marketed as winter boots, aren't that warm. But I do feel like after experimenting for this week that these do make a difference, and they add quite a bit of cushion to these boots as well, which is nice. It's kind of obvious when looking at this, but it wasn't still something that I was expecting. But anyway, gloves, boots, socks, whatnot, then other accessories as well. So that stuff is definitely coming. Also, in terms of channel updates or milestones, we did hit that 10,000 subscribers, which I predicted probably in the first overnight video of this year or the second, whatever, that it will happen. And it did indeed happen, which was quite nice. Channel has been growing steadily, even though I haven't been making that many videos recently, but I have a lot of good ideas planned ahead, which I can hopefully execute on then in January, February, maybe March time frame. In terms of longer outdoor trips, I am planning to do a proper backpacking trip. I'm talking about more than 100 kilometers in, I don't know, a bit less than a week, something like that, in mid-May. Not yet sure where I will be going. Of course, I would like to go to Lapland, but those areas that I would prefer in mid-May might still be covered somewhat under a blanket of snow. So I will have to see how the spring then develops in a few months' time to see if I'm going to Lapland or somewhere else. And also one of the reasons I haven't done any hot tenting yet during this winter is that actually I need to do some repairs once again to the Lux Outdoor Mini Peak XL tent that I have. It's just, the more I use it, the more I realize that there are things that I don't like about the tent, and it keeps breaking on me, so it's not a super durable tent. But then again, it was very cheap, so it is what it is. But on that front, I should be getting another type of TP tent next year, probably sometime around spring, which I will be then testing throughout the year and giving you guys my review of that tent. I cannot yet tell any specifics of that, but it should be quite interesting. It is a model that is not yet available. And on that note, I have actually been contacted by a fellow who is launching a Kickstarter campaign in January. It's going to be about sleeping bag product with certain technology inside of it, and he asked if I'd like to review it and basically promote the Kickstarter campaign. But I'm not sure if that is happening now or not, because he has a lot of troubles in just telling me what exactly does he want and within what kind of time frames and so forth. And I did say that it can get quite cold in Finland during winter, and hopefully the guy realizes that, and if the sleeping bag that he sends over isn't suitable for Finnish winter, there's no way that I can review it during January or February. So that's still something that needs to be seen if it happens or not. And talking about sponsorships, actually got a new one this year. Brand that is very familiar, I believe, to all of my Finnish viewers, Kuivalihakundi, for you who reside abroad, roughcutbeefjerky.com, the best beef jerky on planet. Very happy about that sponsorship. It's something actually that we've been discussing about for many years already, as I've been basically promoting their product for free for, I don't know, since the start of the channel, because I really like the stuff. So it was quite nice to, I mean, those are the best kind of sponsorships, if you will. They're about products or gear or whatnot that you already like and believe in and have invested time and money and effort into. So yeah, really happy about that. Links in the description, so go check them out. Kuivalihakundi or Rough Cut Beef Jerky. And still, even though Taival Outdoors is relatively small channel, I still get messages, especially from Chinese companies, all the time. And I do give them the benefit of doubt and look through their sites, but oftentimes the equipment they're just selling isn't that interesting. It's just not interesting, or it's low quality. I can tell already by the shops that it's not something that I would be willing to even test out and review, to be honest. And that actually segues into another idea that I had for a video called 5 Myths About Taival Outdoors, or something like that. Because there's a lot of misconceptions, especially related to this kind of sponsorships or whatever, promoting products and some other stuff that I see all the time in the comments. But if there's some type of myth about Taival Outdoors, or maybe perhaps this kind of YouTubing in general, please leave a comment down so I can maybe address that in the myth busting video as well. Live streams will carry on, hopefully now already in January. Unfortunately, even though we got the new great fiber optic connection, I still haven't managed to get the Wi-Fi to extend all the way to this room. I would need to buy a quite expensive product, kind of Wi-Fi station that would survive outside conditions, because it should be mounted outside in order to receive the signal from the main house and then deliver it all the way here. So we'll have to see if that happens or not. In the meanwhile, streaming and hotspotting with phones is the way to go, apparently. Hopefully that was all that I had on my mind. Maybe not. But anyway, the main thing that I want to say, of course, once again, is thank you for all the views, for all the comments, and just the good times that I believe this community has had together, especially when I see you guys in real life. When someone comes up and says that, hey, they follow my channel, it always blows my mind because my channel is so small. But then again, Finland is a very small country, so it is what it is. Anyway, good stuff is coming. More videos, definitely. The pace is going to pick up once again in 2023. So stay tuned for that. And hopefully everyone had a great Christmas and Happy New Year for all. Cheers.